romantic. His beliefs and values fit right in with the rest of the Romantics. Wordsworth viewed his boyhood as a time of learning directly from nature. Wordsworth went on to study at Cambridge, and in his studies, nature's hold on him weakened and clouded his moral vision. After wandering through France, Switzerland, and Italy, he again regained his so-called relationship with nature. I wandered lonely as a cloud by William Wordsworth. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats or high or vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. The waves beside the dunes, but they undid the sparkling waves in glee. In such a good company, I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth that this show to me had brought. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle in the Milky Way, they stretch in never-ending line along the margin of the bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. For oft when on my couch I lie, in vacant or pensive mood, they flash upon the inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude, and then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with daffodils. This poem is very representative of Wordsworth's poetry. It includes one of Wordsworth's greatest themes, the working of the human mind. It is the most famous poem of Wordsworth. He uses a basic and effective method to make the reader feel what he is feeling by connecting man and nature. This poem is very personal for Wordsworth. The poet wants to gain an experience so that he can bank on it later when he is sad or lonely. When he thinks of these experiences, he escapes into the past, and he is no longer lonely and sad. The experience that he has is filled with emotion, recollection, and tranquility. Wordsworth was a romanticist. His poetry fits in very well with the Romantic literary tradition. The Romantics are all about getting the experience in order to discover truth, and to discover everything there is to know about life. Wordsworth also believes that in order to gain knowledge, we must experience it and learn from our mistakes. This poem, I Wandered as a Lonely Cloud, is written about Wordsworth himself. He talks about an experience that he had in the past. Wordsworth is beside a lake and where he sees a field of daffodils. When he is describing these daffodils, he uses a lot of figurative language. In the first line of the poem, he already introduces a simile, and again he uses a simile in line 13, which says, "Continuous as the stars that shine." The field of daffodils are often personified to be something else, such as waves and stars. Wordsworth sees this experience of seeing daffodils as the bliss of solitude, from line 22. Another literary technique Wordsworth uses is repetition. In his poem, he repeats the word dance at the end of each stanza. Fluttering and dancing, the waves beside them dance, sprightly dance, and dances with the daffodils. Wordsworth gains a lot of happiness from his experience with the daffodils in the forest. This poem fits in very well with Wordsworth's style and is also right in line with the Romantic period in which it was written. This poem is a lyrical poem. It has the rhyme scheme of A-B, A-B, C, C. This poem has 4 stanzas with 6 lines each. The last 2 lines of each stanza are called a rhyming couplet. This meter in the poem is iambic tetrameter. The Tables Have Turned by William Wordsworth. Up, up, my friend, and quit your books, or surely you'll grow double. Up, up, my friend, and clear your looks. Why all this toil and trouble? The sun, above the mountain's head, a freshening lustre mellow, through all the long green fields has spread his first sweet evening yellow. Books, 'tis a dull and endless strife, Come, hear the woodland linnet, how sweet his music on my life, there's more of wisdom in it. And hark, how the blithe, the throstle sings, he, too, is no mean creature. Come forth into the light of things, let nature be your teacher. She has a world of ready wealth, our hearts and minds to bless, spontaneous wisdom breathed by health, truth breathed by cheerfulness. One impulse from a vernal wood may teach you more of man, of more evil and of good, than all the sages can. Sweet is the lore which nature brings, our meddling intellect misshapes the beauteous forms of things we murder to dissect. Enough of science and art, close up those barren figs, come forth and bring with you a heart that watches and retrieves. The Tables Turned by William Wordsworth is a poem contrasting where you gain your knowledge. The poet is telling his friend that he needs to stop reading books and go into nature so that he can experience and learn. Wordsworth believes that you can only find true knowledge in nature. As he says in line 15, let nature be your teacher. Wordsworth also tells his friend that he will grow fat if he sits around all day reading books. Wordsworth classifies books as boring. He compares them to dried up leaves. In line 30, he says, close up those barren leaves. Wordsworth wants his friends to see the leaves that are alive and full of knowledge rather than the dried up leaves in the books. The Tables Turned is a short lyrical poem. It consists of 8 stanzas with 4 lines each. Each stanza has the rhyme scheme of A-B, A-B. For example, in one stanza, the lines end with books, double, looks, and then trouble. So every other line rhymes in each particular stanza. The lines in each stanza interchange between tetrameter and trimeter. Every other line has 3 or 4 stresses. This kind of arrangement of this meter is called the common meter.